Now, we are about to be joined by pop royalty, a pop princess, in fact. Her #1 hit, not yet, Problem, was the soundtrack to this summer. She's got over 19 million Twitter followers, and she's been compared to Mariah Carey. Here in her first ever UK TV interview, please welcome Ariana Grande! So you got stuck in traffic?
I did. It's kind of crazy out there. And I wanted to say hi to my fans, too, so I was running late for multiple reasons, I'm not going to lie. But I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Do you see those two people in the audience?
I know, I saw
they
them.
have virtually collapsed.
This one here is going to faint.
All of these, like,
And this one here is going to faint.
Oh, and you too.
Before we go any further, can you just do a quick selfie with me?
Yeah, how
Oh, my daughter. Oh, how do we get it to turn around? I bet you're really good at this.
Took a video of the
you know
audience.
what? Because we were saying earlier that some of our older...
I think something is on the camera.
Some of our older
You
men...
have your screen cover on the camera.
For my children that are at home watching you now,
you've just
and will never
horrified
forgive
them.
me. Because that's the thing, you know, lots of us, our children, are literally obsessed with you.
Oh,
first with your... Because you were fantastic in Victorious. That's where I first knew you from, actually. And now you've become this mega pop star as well.
Thank you. It's kind of crazy, huh?
Well, if you're 21, it must be...
Yes. It is pretty nuts, but it's been an amazing sort of journey, and I'm really grateful for like all the opportunities, being on the show, of course, being on Nickelodeon, and being able to do this has been kind of crazy.
And how's it gone? Obviously, you know, you're a child star in terms of acting in Victorious. Then suddenly you're in the UK and you've got an audience full of people gasping over you. How are you coping with that transition?
Well, it's awesome. I mean, it's very nice to see like all of the hard work that you do be received well and have people connect to it and relate to it. And yeah, I don't know. It's really great. I'm grateful.
Why did you make the switch from acting to making records?
You know, it's funny you should ask. I really wanted to do music my whole life. Like, when I was a little girl, music was everything to me. And so I started doing musical theater, which I still love. And from there, I auditioned for the TV show for Victorious, but I really always wanted to do music, you know, like just acting on its own was never anything I had even imagined doing, so the show came as like a surprise to me, so now I'm really grateful that I get to do what I wanted to do since I was a little girl.
And we've got a little clip so we can show people what you've always wanted to do. This is your new single. It's called Break Free. Let's take a look.
This is the part when I say I don't want it. I'm stronger than I've been before.
Whoa!
Yeah.
With you. When I was reading the notes that we get given before a guest comes in, I was reading about how you were saying that you know what you want and you've never been afraid to ask for it, and basically people have to deal with that. And we were talking about this morning. Quote. Maybe it's been misquoted, but I was sort of a bit ashamed of myself because I immediately thought, ooh, well, she reckons herself. Oh, well, who does she think she is? But then I stopped myself and I thought, why would I think like that? You know, we're women that want, actually, we talk about this all the time, our daughters to know what they want and to be proud of it and go for it.
Yeah. Well, I love that.
How are you met with that at 21, being like that with people?
Well, I think that, you know, my whole life, I come from an Italian family, and they all have an incredible work ethic, starting with my grandfather, and then which trickled down to my mom, which trickled down to me and my brother, and you know, it's all sort of we're sort of raised to know what we want and go after it. I think what I meant by that was just to not take no for an answer.
But I mean, I think that's great. But again, culturally, that's weird for us as the Brits and the American. That's a big difference, isn't it? You know, like we have lots of reality shows like you do in America, but here it'd be the worst thing in the world to say you wanted to win or you wanted to do brilliantly. But in America, it's very different, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I can see what you're saying. I think there's sort of like, I think saying, oh, I want to win is not the goal. I think it was just, oh, this is what I love to do, and I will do it, is sort of the mentality that my family kind of has.
And you're 21, obviously, and you've made a lot of money. I mean, if you just look at YouTube, you've got your new single's got something like 106 million views. It's astonishing. But do you... I mean, 21 is young.
Does it have that many views?
It does, it does. I've got a 21-year-old daughter who knows an awful lot about an awful lot, but
Do you take advice? Do you have good people around you, kind of like grown-ups, if you like, that you listen to?
Yeah, of course. I mean, my mother would be the main one, I think. I mean, I have a beautiful team, an amazing team of people that I trust, not only with my career, but with my personal life as well. They definitely value me as a person more than they do as a product, which is really cool. My managers have, like, proven that to me on countless occasions. And where, like, I've had to leave for a family emergency or something, and they've canceled everything because that's what comes first. And that was like, oh, these are the people I want to work with forever. I'm talking so fast.
Is that the Italian in you?
Yeah, I move my hands too. But my mom is the main person, sorry.
Can I also ask you, because I've got a 10-year-old as well who obviously watches Victorious and Sam and Cat, so I know you very well. But it's like the kind of the Miley Cyrus scenario where you've gone from being a child star where 8 and 10-year-olds watch you to doing sort of videos where a lot of people would say, you know, you show a lot of skin, and I know you've been quoted and you've said, I show a lot of skin because I want to. Is there no pressure?
We don't know.
Did you say that?
But has there been any pressure on you from within? Because I look at someone like Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran just wears a scruffy old shirt and jeans.
He's also a boy.
Yeah.
if you saw him with rocket titties in his face music video, I don't think that would
Why
be...
do girls need to show skin?
I don't think they need to. I think you can wear whatever you want. I think you can one day wear a conservative sort of pantsuit or whatever, or, you know, cover up, and then the next day you can wear a mini skirt and thigh-high boots if you want. I think it depends on your mood.
Yeah, why not?
That doesn't define you.
I'm quite fascinated by the pressure because it's a cutthroat business. And I just wondered, do you feel pressure? I mean, we've had quirking in the past, we've had all sorts of antics going on.
Twerking.
I developed a new word. Maybe I quirk instead of twerk.
She has a new dance.
I know what I meant. But I mean, there is that pressure. Everybody's doing something different. Do you feel that pressure?
To do something different?
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah. I think that there's, you know, you should be able to express yourself and dance however you'd like and make the music that you want to make and, you know, dress how you'd like and just let that be you expressing yourself. I don't think there's any sort of pressure of, oh, I need to do this now because this is the right time to do that now in my career if it doesn't feel right.
Do you feel a pressure of being a role model? So the 8 and the 10-year-olds, for example, do you feel that there's a pressure for you to be a role model now to those, or do you think that was then, this is now, and I'm doing something different now?
Can I just, before you have a chance to answer that, we're really going to have to run to a break, so we're going to sit on you so that you can't
We're going to quirk on the break.
We're going to quirk, and then Ariana, she'll be answering those questions after this. So we'll see you in a moment. Before the break, you made up a new term.
I did.
It was quirking.
Quirking. But hey, see, Ariana is going to make me really cool because we've done a new dance now.
We made a dance.
Will you do this on stage?
Hey. This is quirking.
Yes.
This is quirking. All right.
It's eccentric twerking, isn't it? Twerking.
No, it's sitting down. It's twerking for the over 40s, where you sit down and you just have a little wave.
Have a nice cup of tea. How did you know that I have to sit while I'm doing it?
She has a nice toss of the wrist when she does it, though. She does it a little differently.
Oh, she's doing a twist.
Yeah. I like the way she does it.
You've been such a good sport. Obviously, we've been, bless her, we've all been selfieing, grabbing autographs for children. You've agreed to stay on because obviously we've got one more topic to do in the show. And basically, we were talking about this earlier. Torval and Dean, they're Olympic gold medalist ice skaters from way back when, and they're a very well-known skating duo. Now, in our press, they're constantly being asked questions about, ooh, are you more than just skating partners? They're constantly having to you know, fend this off. Is this something you've ever experienced, if you've been at a very close, just friendship with a boy?
My best friend Jones, all the time people are like, we ship you together, and I'm like, no, we're literally like my best friend in the whole world. Like, he's like my brother. Like, he's one of my favorite people in the world, but it's just like, we are constantly asked, oh, OTP, and I'm like, no OTP. What does that mean? It means one true pairing. You know, if they want to see you with that person, they ship you with them. But yeah, we're just best friends, so I get that all the time.
Do you think it can happen, and that people
with
shouldn't blur the
Jones?
lines? As in, boys and girls, men and women can be just friends.
Yeah, of course. I have so many friends that are just guys. Most of them are gay, but no.
Why does that sound familiar?
Of course I believe it can happen. You know, Jones and I are best friends. I think it can happen, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends are guys.
When we were talking about it this morning, we were saying that often it does end up being actually a gay male friend, doesn't it? Because it's so easy, especially when you're younger. I mean, my friend's 20-year-old, she was around the other day, and she's got this real... She loves this guy, you know, they're such great friends, but all the friends, the constant pressure is like, oh, you should be together, you should be together. And I think that's such a shame. How do we change that with our sons and our daughters?
Stop asking those questions.
Yeah, just let them get on with it.
Do you know what's so interesting? Because obviously you're only a wee dot, 21 years old. Sue has got in touch. She says, I have a really good male friend who's 63. We regularly go for lunch. I can't tell you how much grief we get over it. So I just want to let you know it doesn't get better.
I think it's different though when you're married, isn't it? I mean, you're single, obviously, but I think if you're married and your husband...
I'm not married.
Huh?
I'm not married.
No, I know that's what I've said. I said, but if one is married...
But you can still be in a relationship.
No, that's
not
true.
be married.
But I'm saying that if you are married and your husband or indeed your wife goes out with friends and you think, oh... I wouldn't like that personally. Okay. I think I'd be too jealous. No, I think if my husband was leaving me at home and saying, well, I'm just going down to meet my friend and go for dinner, I think I'd want to go too.
How would you feel?
I would be too. I'm a very trusting, trustworthy person. I don't know if I would have a problem.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just like a personal thing, though. I feel like people are different about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
To their own.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind at all. Would you mind?
No, not at all.
If your fellow went out with a
They're
different
welcome
woman.
to him.
I didn't mean that, dear.
At least 3 times a week would be handy.
Do you know, Terry's got in touch as well and said, I would find it more strange if people don't have friends of both sexes. But I think it's all about balance. Now, lovely girl, your single is out, your album is out. Are you going to be going on tour? They're hyperventilating in the corner. I got tweeted before the show to ask, are you going to be going on tour in the UK? Just very quickly.
I am. I have not announced. I haven't announced my overseas dates yet. I haven't announced anything outside the US yet. I'm sorry because I know y'all want to kill me so badly.
Well,
but I promise I will get around
But you
to
will
it.
eventually.
Do you need some
of course.
backing singers?
Oh, no, excuse me.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask you guys if you would work on
with me on
stage.
stage.
Yeah.
We will work on stage. We are going to have to draw a line under all now. Thank you. We're so glad you made it through the traffic.
Thank you for
Ariana
having me.
Grande.